I'm going to give it a couple of seconds for some people to tune in and pull it up on my other phone because that's what I do. Oh, yeah, I'm my own first viewer. Turn my volume down. Hey, look, my sister is here. Hey, sis. Got a couple of viewers coming in. Yeah, that's my sister. Hey, sis, I'm waving back to you. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome. Hey, mama. My real mom this time. Hey, mom. um, welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of My Brother, where, as always, the goal is to encourage one another, one brother to one brother. I'm your host, Maurice Resch. This week, if you haven't been following along, you know we're doing a very, very, very special tribute to our black men. Last episode we did black woman. This episode we're doing black men. And I have some wonderful panelists, guys, and you'll probably be happy because you don't got to hear me talk all this episode like you typically do. I'm not going to say much. I'm going to let these women take it over. But they come to encourage our black men. They've come to uplift our black men. They've come to just say encouraging words and statements to the black men. Before we go live, I have a clip that I do want to play before I bring them in one by one. But for all my women who are watching, leave a comment encouraging the black men. Once we get into the discussion, for all my men, you know, y'all just soak it all in. Give some muscle emojis, give some smiley faces, give some crying eyes when they make you emotional. Just soak it all in, guys. So I want to play this clip real quick, guys, because it's where I actually got the idea for not only this week's episode, but for last week's episode. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It is titled, I Love You, Black Man. I'm going to play this. You can't hear it? Oh, man. Can you guys hear the clip? Anyone watching? Ah, Jesus Christ. Hold on one second. Well, it looks like we're having sound issues with the clip. And it's coming through clearly for me. Stop playing. Thank you guys for telling me. All right, give me some seconds to work through that. Okay. Thank you guys. I see all the comments saying they couldn't hear it. So we'll work through that a little bit later and figure out what's going on. Oh, someone said it was just coming in low. I done removed it now. So whatever. Just go ahead and introduce the panelists. So first and foremost, I'm going to introduce she's an actress, she's a singer. I've known her, man, maybe about a decade now. She's been an amazing friend to me over the years. And if you know me, I'm pretty sure you've probably heard me speak to her or you've seen me with her or driving her somewhere when she lived in Philly. Now she lives in Atlanta. I'm going to bring in my first friend, Kelly. I am Kelly Michelle, the actress. Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
And that is Kelly's Instagram name. If you want to find her, I am Kelly Michelle. She is an aspiring actress. She is an amazing singer, and she just, you know, is a woman full of gifts and talent. How you feeling, Kels?
I'm good.
I'm
I'm
not
glad to
gonna
be
mess with you
here.
like I usually do because you know.
I appreciate that.
But thanks for coming on. Next up, I'm going to introduce. We worked together when I worked for the Department of Welfare, and like I said, when I, I'm sorry, y'all. I can see her. She's off the screen, but you guys can't see her. And the look she just gave me, it's hilarious. But we worked together, and if you saw the intro to her bio, that I gave from the first conversation I had with her, it was just clear that we had a connection. It was clear that she had a passion for black men, and we've just grown to have an amazing relationship over the year. And she says she's nervous, so you guys got to make her feel really, really comfortable. I'm going to bring home the caterer, the cook, the baker, Miss Keisha Welsh. Hey, Keish.
Hey guys.
How you doing? Someone said
I'm
turn my
good.
mic up. Oh no, that's for the video. Okay, cool. Next up, I want to introduce. Like I said when I posted her bio, she is the first returning candidate that I've ever had. The first returning panelist. She came on last week and she did that beautiful "Dear Black Man" poem that touched all of our hearts, and I've watched it at least 13 times between now and last week. She's a model. She has a passion for Black men. And I'm going to introduce the beautiful Miss Sharita Ivory. Hey, Sharita. Welcome
Hey, hi again.
back. How you
Hi
doing?
again. Thankful.
How you doing?
Wonderful.
I
Wonderful.
see that yellow.
Ready to give this love to these men.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And last but certainly not least, I call her Mama. She's just been an amazing spiritual mother to me. She's been an amazing inspiration to me. We're pushing like 20 years of knowing her and the impact that she's had on my life. I mean, I can't even express in words. She's an award-winning singer. I got to be a part of her licensing ceremony. She's a licensed preacher. She's an author. She's like everything that you could be in life. So without further ado, Miss Kim Upshaw. Hey,
Well,
Mama, how you
praise the
doing?
Lord. Praise the Lord. I got to give God glory for that. So thank you. It's so good to be here. I love you. You know, I could just love on you all day. So it's just an honor to be here.
It looked like Sharita got a fan in the comments. But thank you, young lady.
Oh, hi.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on to take the time out to uplift and encourage our Black men. And I think the reason that I came up with this idea, and another thing that came up just last night, I'm scrolling through Facebook while I'm in bed, and I see a woman share like a post like, all Black men are bad at communicating. And of course, a Black man comes on that post like, oh, you just bitter. And they go back and forth. And I'm like, why do we have to fight so much? You know, like if we can take some time to just stop fighting, stop arguing, and just appreciate the creation that is Black men and appreciate that creation that is Black woman, we'd be in such a better place. So I kind of put this together because I just want this to be a safe haven for any male who may be feeling down, who may need to be uplifted, who may be having a long, rough week. They could just come back and watch this episode and be encouraged. So I'm going to get the stage to you. I don't know whichever one of you guys want to start. I don't know if y'all want to rock, paper, scissors for it, or someone just wanted to go ahead and take the bull by the horn.
That's cute.
Who wants to go first with their first Dear Black Man statement?
I'll go first.
All right.
It's just so simple.
I jotted some. Oh, go ahead, Keisha.
Sorry, I think we got a little delay in here.
Yeah, I think you're on a delay.
Go ahead, Keisha. Go ahead, girl.
Okay. So my
Yeah.
first thing, first and foremost, is
Yeah.
dear Black man, I love you. I just do. I just love Black men. Like for real, when I think about my future husband, I can't think about anything else because I just feel like God wouldn't play me like that. God knows what I want, and He knows that I love Black men. So, dear Black men, I love you.
You just go so far this up. That's
We love the love. We love the love.
I like that.
When I put when I think when I think about Black men, and I have my notes here, I think about kingdoms and tribes and generations and lineage. Just a strong pride in who we are, dating back, of course, to our ancestors, and knowing our history and where we've come from or where we've been brought from, and just knowing that there is a kingdom in every Black man. And I think that's important for Black men to teach the younger generation to know that there is a king in you. There's a song we probably heard, there's a king in you. And just keep that at the forefront of the mind, because society has us thinking that we're less than,
Right.
or that our Black men are less than and not worthy. But to know that you have kingdoms inside of you kingdoms. So I really want to push that our royalty and your lineage is pristine.
But she done called me a kingdom. Oh man.
Kingdom.
He's talking to my heart, man.
Yeah.
They're talking right here to my heart. See?
So I want to add to I want to add to that love and the kingdom, and say I'm proud of you. You live through such hard. Nobody lives like you do in this country. Nobody walks down the street and people grab their purses and clutch their pearls like when you walk by, and yet you continue to walk. You continue to hold your heads up. You continue to try. You continue to have the will to go out there every day and work. I am proud of you. I am proud of every time you stand up and you take what you should never have to take. I am grateful for you because you are beautiful. And I know we use beautiful for women, but when I see Black men, the color of your skin, the strength of your body, the strength in your hands and your arms, the way you wear your hair, the way you comb your hair. And let's just be real clear. Nobody walks in a room like a Black man does. Nobody has the stride of a Black man. And I love to see it. Like my sister said,
now.
I love to see it. Whether you are 80 or whether you are 18, you carry it. You carry that kingdom. I agree with you, sis. You carry that. And I want you to carry it with pride and know that there are sisters who are your mothers and your aunts and your girlfriends and your wives and your daughters who need you. We need you. And we honor every breath that you take. And we thank God for you.
Gosh. Y'all try to make me cry, man. y'all are trying to make me cry, man.
Yes, it's all true. That's love.
If y'all see me pop up off the screen, it's because I started getting emotional and I don't want to cry on live again. If y'all watch me live on Father's Day, I broke down talking about my son. So I'm not going to do that again. So if y'all see me click myself off, it's because I'm getting emotional. I got my little rag here to type. But, thanks so much, Mama. That was amazing. But somebody say, "Come on now, speak it, Kim."
Yeah. So I would say, so dear Black man, you are appreciated. You are needed in this world. We're proud of you. I'm proud of how you're able to step up and provide for your family, to step up to be protectors of your family, and to do so with pride, and to do so without fear, and to do so, knowing that, not knowing what's going to happen and just continuing to do that. And so walk into, just like she said, walk into a room and just own it. We're appreciative of everything that you guys do, especially with the climate of our world today. We just want to remind you that you are needed, you are wanted, you are loved by us. And even what what Reese was saying, like if you need to get emotional or if you have some emotion that you want to get out, we want you to be able to get that out in a healthy manner. That it is okay to tear up. It is okay to show that, because getting that out will allow you to be able to heal. Just like we're able to heal, you're able to express those emotions in the best way possible. And it's crazy because I think of there's a song by Lyfe Jennings, and he had a song called Cry, and it was like the best part of that song was like crying is like taking your soul to the laundromat. So like I know that like a lot of men feel as though when they grow up, they're not supposed to cry. It shows that you're weak. It shows that you're not supposed to do that. And so I want to be the one to say, yes, you can do it. I'm not saying you have to walk around in the streets and do it, but like make sure that you're expressing that emotion sometimes to get those emotions out, because you're gonna suffer loss, you're gonna suffer some type of grievance. So getting that out allows you to express yourself. So I wouldn't it wouldn't be right for me to not allow to encourage you guys, but to also encourage you to heal in the most healthy manner possible. So I love you guys, and I pray that you continue to do what you do best, and that is just be great.
Yeah, so it's funny that Kelly says that. So actually, just a couple of weeks ago, I was going through something, and I called her, and I'm crying over the phone with her, and I was like, "All right, Maurice, pull yourself together," and she was just like, "No, let it out." And I'm like, no, I got to pull myself together. And she was like, why you always want to be so tough? Just let it out. Like, you got to let it out sometimes. And so when she says that, like, I know that that's not just her talking, like, that's her character. And that's something that she really encourages Black men to do. So, yeah, and I see a comment right here from my buddy Antonio. Antonio says,
Yeah.
message. My buddy Antonio says, awesome. We may not express it, but we need to hear this from time to time. And that's true. You know, like we're so trained to always be tough. We're trained to be the leader. We're not trained to express our emotions in a healthy way, so we avoid expressing them at all. So this is really, really helpful. I actually just got a text message from my brother that was a question. And he asked me, my oldest brother, not Jamil. You guys who know me. He says, why do you guys think a Black woman doesn't uplift Black men as much as they should?
I want to start there because I don't, I think that it's not always the case that we don't. I think that in society, we haven't really been taught how to talk to each other because when we see expressions of love, it's not often seeing us on TV, in movies, etc. And so I think that we do express it. Could we do better? Yeah, we could. And we need to learn to do better. I'm sorry, y'all. The phone is ringing. I apologize for that. We still have a landline. But we do express it. And we're taking the time to do it now. And we ask for your forgiveness for that because we suffer the same thing that you suffer in this country. Is that, and I keep talking about this country is because where we live, and we can't ignore the societal impacts on us and how we treat each other. But we do appreciate you, and sometimes it's easiest to not express what you have. But that doesn't mean that we don't appreciate it. And I want to take the time to first acknowledge, you know, I was thinking that back like when Oprah was on TV, her show was known for bashing men, right? And I think she since made changes to that. But we've done, and I'm especially proud of you, Maurice, and all of the young ladies who are on here today. And y'all forgive me for keep calling you that, but to me you are. And I'm especially proud of what you and how you express with each other. I think in my generation, we certainly didn't do it as much as we should. And we're doing a better job of that. But we, as I said earlier, we need you. And you don't always say, well, thank you, I appreciate you, I love you, you're doing a great job. Those words of actual affirmation, the love languages, we didn't learn that stuff growing up, right? And so we're learning it now, and we're learning to do a better job of that. But please don't take, as we say in the church, please charge it to my head and not to my heart. We love you. And we can't do this thing. We can't do this thing well without you. We just can't.
Yeah, I would also say we're in a society also where we feel like we have to.
And I like what Kelly said earlier about.
Okay.
Sharita, I think you're on a delay.
Mine is the delay. Sorry.
Yeah, Sharita, can you try joining from your cell phone? Maybe that'll help with the delay.
I'm missing. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll try it.
Now go ahead, Kelly.
Okay, I was just going to say also we are in a society where we feel like we have to show how we feel instead of actually saying it. Because I know that was something that was for me, like, it was like, okay, well, I'm doing all these things for you. Like, I'm, you know, as far as like from a woman's point of view, like, oh, I'm cooking for you. I'm cleaning, I'm always there for you when you need. And it's like, okay, you're doing those things, but sometimes it's good to hear it. And when you hear those things, it kind of, it sits on your heart more than, okay, this person. And it's also, like everybody has different love languages as well, as she was saying. So I just think that we do kind of sit on, okay, well, I'm going to show it versus say it, because I guess it's just easier to just do stuff for people than to actually express it verbally, which is something that hopefully this will change it. And, it'll start allowing us to understand that, telling people things means a lot more than anything else that we do.
So I want to just piggyback off of what everybody said and add what you said last week, Reese. You mentioned to the black women that you want us to be more patient because you're still growing and you're still learning. And it's pretty much the same thing with us. Like we learn what we live. So whatever we grew up with, whatever we saw, as we grew up, that's what we learned. That's how we learned how to love. So, you know, some of us do express more that we love black men and that we appreciate them, and like they said, we could do a better job at doing that. And just human nature, I feel like a lot of people, especially women, feel the need to be right. So a lot of the battle between men and women is always like, who's right? And
Right.
sometimes like, nobody has to be right. Sometimes we can just agree to disagree. Sometimes we can just say, I heard what you said. Sometimes you just apologize, even if you're not wrong. Sometimes you just have to look at the bigger picture and see what's best for both of us. So I think that black men and black women both can do better in that area and just
Yeah.
love each other.
And I think another thing, in addition to what you guys are saying, that I notice social media tends to magnify things, right? And I think that
Yeah.
because I have a quote that I say, social media gave every bozo a platform. So there are some people whom just are hurt because of whatever it is that they went through in life, whatever struggles they've gone through, and they have this platform on social media to just put it out there. Whereas 20, 30 years ago, there wasn't this amount of connection where everyone had that freedom. So it's easy to scroll through your page and see, 30 people who have been hurt, 30 women who have been hurt by, black men, because we have hurt black women. And we're not going to sit here and act like, black men have been angels and black women have just, been demons or anything like that. But if you see 30 women who have been hurt by black men expressing their hurt on social media, it's okay. You think that that's the reality, but the reality is, and why I wanted to do this episode is that no, black men love black women love black men, and because we tend, just as human beings, it's our nature to focus on the negative more than the positive. We will point out those. Oh, well, look at her. She, she's bitter, or she's hurt, or she just hate black men. Where there are a lot of people willing to uplift. None of y'all gave me any crap when I asked y'all to come on. You guys are all really excited, and that says a lot about how black women feels about black men. I was like, hey, you want to come to uplift black men? I was like, yes, certainly. I can't wait to do it. So that narrative, in a sense, is false. That you guys aren't uplifting us. Not truly believe, like, man, there's a comfort that I get when I'm around black women that I don't get when I'm around any other race of woman. Like there's a safety net that I feel when I'm talking to a black woman that I don't get from any other race of women. There's even in a sense of protection that I get when I'm around a black woman that I don't get when I'm around any other race of women. So that narrative is somewhat false that, black women don't uplift black men, because I do believe you guys do.
I think we also feel the same thing when we walk into a room and there's a black man in the room. You feel like somebody is at least going to notice you,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody is going to at least think about protecting you. I mean, I would rather prove that wrong, right? I expect that when I walk into a room and I see a black man in the room, I know he's going to see me. I feel like I know he's going to maybe even hold the door open for me, right? And if anything starts to jump off in that room, I know I can get that eye contact and he's going to look out for me. So I do feel like we take you for granted, and that's what you hear, and you think that we're not uplifting you. But we do appreciate you, and we do appreciate what you do, and we do appreciate your struggle. That even though it's hard, maybe hard for you to communicate, we appreciate your struggle. And I have to say, black women pray for black men. We don't just look at you, see you, and maybe not say things. Maybe we're not saying it out loud. We can do a better job, but we are praying for you. My sister said earlier about praying for that husband she doesn't have yet. I did that. I did that for years. I prayed for my husband before I was married. I prayed for him. I used to write him every morning to encourage him. just like a little prayer, actually a little devotion to encourage him. And I'm better at writing things like that than saying it out loud. And that is because, just who I am. And I believe that you need it. And even more so than what I can say, my prayers for you are going to have more power than even my words for you.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, if there's no other questions, I have a few comments that came in. But if there's no other questions, we could go back to the Dear Black Men statements until another question comes in. I know Sharita tried to chime back in for a second there, but she fell off again. No, is that? Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought she texted me, but she didn't. But by all means, you guys go back on, go start, go. You got the floor again.
So I want to say something about the tears. I think, we always think of tears as because something is sad or because you're hurt, but you shared tears, your happy tears also. I think of those as watering the seeds of your future and watering the seeds of your future happiness. I just mentioned my husband. One of the times that he cried that stands out in my life, and it's public, so I ain't sharing nothing private about him crying, but was on our wedding day, when the one thing that I wanted more than anything was when I showed up, I wanted him to see me like, wow, I prayed for this day and she is out, this is greater than I ever expected. And when I came through the doors, he cried. And I don't know, to see you cry at seeing me, to see you cry at appreciating me or appreciating, I knew he only had eyes for me at that moment. And his tears really meant that they really affected my heart. And I hope he can hear this right now. Like, they really affected my heart. And so when you cry, you don't know what that does to us, to see your emotion. We don't think of you as weak because of that. We see your strength, because it takes a strong person to express their emotions in that way and to show your love when your words can't do it. That is to see a Black man cry at the beauty of his woman walking in or a woman walking by. We soak that up. You can't even imagine what that feels like.
I've heard that elsewhere. I have heard that elsewhere. Someone else told me that. They said, when I see a Black man cry, it just like melts my heart. And I was like,
yes.
Really? 'Cause I don't really like to show emotions. And she's like, no, like it like really melts my heart. So, you got I see some comments coming in here. I got one from my boy Nari, watering the seeds of your future. Wow.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Sharita, we got you back, Sharita.
Yeah, back in the car. Back in the car. Is it better sound? Is it back in the car? But I did want to say, Kelly said something earlier about being able to express, the men being able to express. And I give us women a charge to get our healing so that we can stand in our womanhood that comes natural as a safe space for the Black man, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be a friendship or anything like that, for us to be a safe place for the Black man to be able to express, to be able to release, to be able to feel comfortable to cry and be able to just get those things that are in their minds and in the heart that just need to surface and get out. Because I feel like the more we keep things inside, the harder it is. It's like you kind of building on top of something and packing it down and building on top and packing it down. But to be able to be a safe space, and that's a charge to myself, to be a place where a man, my Black man, can be able to release and express himself freely.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to piggyback off of what you said, I just feel like even like if you're with somebody, you should automatically feel like you should be your vulnerable self with them. And I feel like if you can, that's something that you should reevaluate in your relationship, because I feel like that's something that is part of intimacy. I think it's part of something that this should be something that should be natural with your significant other. I mean, even with all your other relationships as well, like people that are close to you. But I think especially your significant other, you should feel vulnerable enough to express yourself in that way.
Absolutely.
So maybe it's a conversation that some people may have to have with that person, but I think that that's something that's very important in a relationship.
Yeah.
And understanding that society doesn't accept it, right? And so it may be hard to do that, and even hard to have those conversations. But you're right. We have to be that place, and even if it's not just in your romantic relationship, having
Right.
somebody, that woman that you can come to, which is why, Maurice, one of the things I've always valued in our relationship is, I don't have my own biological children, but to be able to have, and your mom, I think she's just the most beautiful person to have allowed me to share in loving you and that kind of relationship. To have, like I said, even if it's not a romantic relationship, still having a woman that you can go to and have a safe place when you, like you shared about your friends on here, having a place where you can safely express your feelings and talk about those things that you may not be able to share with men in the same way, but you can come to us. At some point, we have to be that nurturing, caring,
Yes.
loving place
Yes.
for you.
Yes, I'm sorry, I got excited, Miss Kim, and I'm sorry. Yes, and that's because it takes me to, and I often say in my posts, I love being a woman. I'm thankful God created me to be a woman, and I stand in that, and I'm growing in it. I'm not all the way there, and I won't be until I pass, and maybe even after that, still won't be there. But I want to be that space because I feel and know that we are natural nurturers. We are natural builders. So you black man, when you come to us and you bring us, your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and the things that you want to do, we will help you build. We will help nurture you. You find that woman and do that. Be in prayer or whatever it is that you may do to find that woman. There is a blessing in a man and a woman. Like I said, it's not always have to be relationship type, but a friendship, and to be able to go to her to help build you, to help nurture you. We are strong. We're the one who carry the seed, right? We are strong for a reason because we maybe can take a little more than a man. That doesn't diminish you, but that's just when we come together, we are a power couple. We're a powerful team, and we can build and grow together. So find you that woman, whether it's your mom, your auntie, your bonus mom, like Reese has a bonus mom, like build you a tribe. That's the tribe.
That's right.
Build you a tribe and do it, and know that you can do it. See yourself, black man, as you picture yourself. And whatever you can't picture, then look beyond that and know in yourself that you can be that, you can do that. You can be whatever it is you want to be. You could be that boss man. You could be that CEO. Feel that in your spirit. Feel it in your spirit. Look at the high five. Look at the high five.
That's right.
You got me excited.
It's so true, though.
You are that. You are that bomb. You are that. Yes.
There's only one preacher on here. Right.
Keep passing it on. Come on, Holy Spirit.
Come on, y'all. Yes, sisters.
This is really good, ladies.
Yeah.
Really good, ladies. And yeah, so if you guys have any more statements of Dear Black Men, let's take it back to there. Y'all encouraging my spirit, and I think a lot of the guys are enjoying it too. I think y'all can see the comments coming in too, but if you got any more Dear Black Men statements, let them out now. Keish, you've been quiet for a while.
Come on, Keish. Keish holding it down. Keish got it over there.
Okay, so my statement is, Dear Black Man, I love you. I am proud to be a queen. I am honored to be crafted from your being. We are one. We are powerful. We are enough for each other.
Oh, that's sweet. I love it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes, queens to the kings.
She was over there trying to be quiet.
Right. Dropping bombs. She's gonna slip in and drop bombs.
Right. Got a whole mix to win a
right.
Over there trying to be quiet.
Right.
That's where power sits quiet. Yeah.
Wow.
But I want to say we also forgive you I don't want to, Maurice, you said something a few earlier about, we've done some things. We've all done some things, right?
Right.
But, I think we need to say that I forgive you. Nobody's perfect. There are some things we've had we've had some struggles. We've had some situations where stuff just didn't go right, but we forgive you. And sometimes, the forgiveness is such a powerful thing to have, the power to forgive somebody and to release them from whatever they were. Too often we hold people where they were or in what they did, and in not having the direction, and maybe you made a mistake when you were younger, or you did something, or you didn't say something right, or whatever, but we forgive you because like I said, none of us are perfect, and life is an evolution. You keep growing, and in forgiveness you learn how to pick that thing up and how to continue to be an example. The greatest example is falling down and getting back up and walking stronger the next time. And so we forgive you in order to empower you to go ahead on and be who God created you to be. As a wife, I know that I like to think about, in the scripture, it talks about the woman being his helpmeet. Well, I think of it as, I'm here to help you meet your purpose. I'm here to help you meet what it is that God has you to do. So where I can be strength, that crutch, when you need a crutch to stand on, then I am going to, I try my best to be that, to encourage you and to let you know that there is someone here to help you to walk through. And where we've made mistakes, there is forgiveness. And forgiveness can be so beautiful because you've never gotten it all right. And yet we're still standing there together. We're still here. I'm still in your corner. And I'm still just like that that trainer in the corner when the boxer comes back and he's been beaten up. You go back in your corner, you get that water, you get that cut, cleaned up. My husband is a boxer, so I know a little bit about this. But you get cleaned up, and look, I'm gonna send you back out there. I'm taking the stool out. You're forgiven. You go back out there with the power that you have. And so that's what we're talking about, and we intend to be for you.
And I see some more names up here. I don't even recognize some of these names that's popping up. But for my ladies who are watching, by all means, if you're not on the live, just put it in the comments, some statements that you have to black men that you want us to hear. But that's really big, that we forgive you thing, because I feel like a lot of black men, me as a black man, sometimes I walk around thinking like, oh man, someone might have hurt her when she was 19 years old, and now she's mad at me. And I'll be 32 in a couple of weeks, and she's still mad at me because that guy that was 19 years old hurt. You see frowned up your face when I said 32, mama? Yeah, I'm getting old.
You saw that, huh?
Yeah, I'll be 32. She met me when I was 14, viewers, so
wow.
No, matter of fact, I was 11 when I started coming to the church, but she started working with me when I was 14. So to hear me say I'll be 32, but I think that's big, where it's like, oh man, like someone hurt her when she was 19, and here I am turning 32, and she's still mad at me at that. So to know that you forgive me, not just me, but like every black man who may have hurt you, and likewise we spread that same thing to you guys as black women. Like we forgive you guys for like when you're 20, you're so young, and I feel like we like get so hurt or messed up or misguided in our 20s, and then you hit 30, 40, 50, 60, however, and like some people hold on to that stuff that happened in your 20s, and you just got to learn to move past that stuff. Like people change, people get better. You see my boy James says right here, heavy, I'm not him anymore. And that's the best way I could have put it. Like I'm not him anymore. Like I'm not that guy. And if I'm doing the same stuff that I was doing at 18, at 30, at 40, then you probably should be leaving me alone anyway. I'm being honest with you, because we should be evolving as we get older. Kelly said,
right. Yeah, preach it. But that comes with discovery. That's where we discover each other through relationship. Not saying that, like with God, relationship is relational. You have a relationship with your parents, you have a relationship with your child, your brother, your sister, all of that is relationship. So coming to know relationship, you start learning a lot about yourself. And learning about yourself can help you then be able to encourage someone else. You know, I do believe there are some people out there who can help in their mess, because sometimes you can give the best advice to somebody else, but in your own life it's like, why can't I get this thing together? But we have to be able to love, like Kelly said earlier about loving. That love is so powerful, and it will cover a multitude of sin. It will help us be forgiving. It will help us just to be able to be open to receive, because there are some men out there who will not open up and will carry those childhood traumas and things throughout their life, through into their adulthood and such like that. But it's like, what can we do to help you be able to be free with us? We desire that. We desire that from you. So know that we're here to help you, because we do love you and we forgive you.
That's it. Kelly, you've been quiet. What you got written down?
Oh no, I was well. I don't have any, notes like you guys. I apologize. It's all up.
You're fine.
But I think that just kind of circles back to healing. Just allowing yourself. And I think that also we get so bottled up with, when we're single, like, oh, I want to be with somebody. So instead of taking that single time to get yourself together and to figure out what your purpose is and what you need to do, reach up into another relationship, right? So I think that's a whole nother layer of stuff that we don't really focus on, is when I'm single, when I'm by myself, am I able to be by myself and be okay with my thoughts? Am I okay to go certain places and be okay and be myself and be authentically myself, right? Because that's also a big issue in culture. Like we see somebody doing well, possibly we pick up on those traits, and sometimes we know what we're doing and sometimes we don't. But sometimes it's easier to be what somebody else is doing versus what we actually want to do. And that takes away from who we are authentically, because sometimes we don't like ourselves, or there's some things that we do that we don't particularly like, or society doesn't like. So I think that is something that we also have to be,
And so, as a black man, and as a black man myself, what is something that you guys will want me to know about black women? What are some things that you guys would like me to know about black women that you don't think that not just me as a black man, but black men as a whole are unaware of? Now's your chance to get it out there. Educate.
As strong as we are, we cry too. As strong as we can be perceived to be, we cry too. We want a hug too. We want to be loved and nurtured and cared for, no matter how strong. Because some of us maybe have been raised in single household, and you see your mom do everything. You see her work 25 jobs. I'm exaggerating, but but she's standing strong. But know that we need hugs too. We need to know we're loved and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to piggyback off of that, because sometimes people see us and they say, we're independent black women and we're too strong. But a lot of times we're strong because we have to be strong. And just like men, you need that vulnerable space to just cry and be yourself. We need that too. We don't always want to be strong, but we have to. We have to keep going. We have to keep going for you. We have to keep going for the kids. We have to keep going for ourselves. That's all we really know how to do. So we need that intimate space with you too.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Right. Amen.
And we don't have all the answers. We just are. We're just willing to go out there and make it happen. And we want you to help us and to be with us. We want to do it together. It may look like we know, but we just go and do, because we know something has to be done. And so it's not us trying to usurp your authority or your power or your position. It is, we can be impatient. So I do appreciate, the comment about being patient.
Don't laugh, Maurice. Don't laugh too hard, Maurice.
And listen, it is what it is. Yes, we're impatient because, we want Maurice. But we want, we want what we want. You're right, sis. So, we know what we want. And sometimes what we want ain't good for us. But we need you to sometimes stand up and have the strength to tell us no. Will we kick back?
All
Yeah,
right now.
we
All
will.
right now.
But we want you to stand strong. We appreciate that. And will it come the first time you do it? No. Are we going to fight back? Yeah, we will. But over time, we appreciate the strength that you have. We
Yes.
appreciate you. Ask any sister in her most honest moment, she will tell you, I don't want a man who just lets me do whatever I want to do. I don't
Yeah.
want someone in my life who's just going to okay everything. We want you to stand up in your strength and be that strong person and tell us, yeah, look, yo, that's not working for me, or you're gonna have to calm that down. We want that, respectfully, obviously, but we do want that because that is a reciprocal relationship, and we just want to have, equal standing with you to allow you to be who you are and you allow us to be who we are, but where we can have a relationship that is one that can grow together. And I can't grow in a relationship with you if I'm not getting that from you, if I'm not getting anything from you. So give us what you have. We need it.
We need it.
That's good. I have
And
one
just to jump
question.
on that, like
Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead.
just like great communication, like she was saying, like it's gonna be times where we're impatient, so we have to learn to be patient with one another. We have to be able to talk to one another, so talk to us, let us know how you're feeling, what's going on. Anything worth having is worth fighting for, right? So everything is not going to be easy. So especially in a relationship, like in a relationship that you want to be in. So I just would say, just be patient with us. We may be difficult, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself. I know that I can be
Oh, I
difficult.
know that. I know that.
Maurice!
That's not good. That's not good.
Look, I can admit it.
That's all right.
Sometimes I can be a
First
headache,
step.
but guess what? I know that I'm worth fighting for. So that's just kind of that's how it goes. And it's just if that's the relationship you want, you just gotta hang in there and communicate what it is you want.
So I have one question that came in from my friend Adam. Adam writes, "What are some things?" He writes, "What are some things that you feel women can do to?" Well, I'm guessing he means what can women do to help men feel more comfortable or more skilled with expressing their emotions. So, like, what are some things that you think that women can do to create that safe space where we feel comfortable to open up?
I would say letting them know it's okay. Because I think that that's a conversation that some people have to have. Because again, guys, sometimes they grow up and they think that that's not something that people want them to do, and so of course they're going to get into a relationship where they feel like that's something that they can't do. They can't express themselves in that way. So I guess it may be up to us as women to just say, hey, I know you just lost a loved one, and it is okay if you need to cry. Like, I'm here for you. Like, if you just want to let it out, then that's fine. And I just think that like the communication may have to more so be on our side, and to let them know like it's okay. Like if you need to cry or whatever you need to do, I'd rather you do that than to be angry and to punch walls. So I think that so the conversation is more so on us to kind of let them know it's okay to be vulnerable with me.
Yes, and encourage the small triumphs, meaning it might be something very small that your friend or in the relationship might share with you. That's kind of a vulnerable, touchy subject. It might not be grand, but it might be small. But in that small time where he shares, encourage it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Sometimes we can kind of be like, what is that? We have to take a step back, pause, and listen. Because then that could have been his test to see, like, can I share this one? Let me see how much I can share with her. And to him, it might be something really small. And if we are reactive and responsive, like just right off, then he may retreat and not want to share anymore. So even in those little triumphs that might seem little, us, oh, he shared that with us, but just be encouraging, even in those little things that he chooses to share, because then maybe he'll take more steps to then be able to open up a little more. Now I can talk to you about my childhood that wasn't very good. Now I can talk to you about what happened to me last week or at my job, or how I feel inferior to this person because they talked down, or whatever it may be. encourage those small little triumphs that they try to share with us.
You said a big word, and that's listen.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know I like to talk.
That's all right.
So, you know, listening is huge. But I think in addition to listening, it's also understand, not try to make you women and make you have emotions and express and everything the way that we do. Because I can talk to my girlfriends and we will finish each other's sentences and all that kind of stuff, right? And I know how I can do that with my girlfriends, but you are not a girlfriend. You're a man. And so you have a different way of expressing. And sometimes I think too often we try to put you in a woman box and make you express the way that we do, and you won't, and you don't. And so we have to allow you to express the way that you express, and learn to be okay with your mode of expressing. And maybe your expressing is when you have to go out and walk away at the time. Maybe you have to take a couple days and then you will tell me everything. And that's something that I've been learning. You know, like I can't make you do it the way that I do it. And that was one of the hardest things for me to learn in marriage. You know, that
Yes.
first year of marriage is hard.
Mm.
Expecting that he's going to move the shower curtain the way I move the shower curtain, you know, put the soap dish down the way I put the soap dish down. You are who you are, and you express, you live, you walk, you talk, you walk and talk as a man, and we have to learn how to let you be that.
You got a lot of
Love it.
hearts coming up, Mama. I got
Oh
the
yeah.
Yes.
you got a whole lot of hearts, love coming in from both YouTube and Facebook. Again, thank you for everybody tuning in. Keish, Kelly, if y'all don't want to take this, I got one text that came in from another friend, and he asks, and this will be the last question before I give you guys a chance to plug their business. He says, "Do you guys believe that women feel undue pressure based off of other women's relationships? For example, if a sister's boyfriend is doing something that you don't feel like your boyfriend is doing, do you feel as though you put undue pressure on your significant other based off of
Oh.
other situations?"
I think that absolutely does creep in. Comparison is just something that's going to be something that's there regardless of what we think or feel. So I think it's just up to us to just think that that's their relationship and this is mine. So again, it's about communicating those type of things and focusing on what it is that your strengths and your relationships and your weaknesses and how you can help those things. But I just feel like comparison is going to always be something that is going to creep in. We just kind of have to navigate it and to shift it and to shift our perspectives, right? Because we think that they're doing that, so I guess my relationship isn't as great as theirs, and we just have to get out of that type of mindset. So yeah.
And women are real good at showing you what they want you to see.
Hello.
We don't, and neither should we tell everything that's going on in a relationship, because that's a real good way to have your man not want to open up. Because if he's finally, or if he's open, I shouldn't say finally, excuse me for that. If he's opening up to you, that's your thing. We have to learn how to keep our thing, so that we are really, if we say we're a safe place, we have to be a safe place. So
Yeah.
I think we have to be real mindful that, just like I know how to put makeup on to cover my imperfections, I know how to tell you what's going on in my relationship so that I cover up anything that is not at the level that I want to project to you. And I think we all have to remember that. Let me just say, it doesn't end at any age. It goes on forever. And we just have to be mindful of what God has for you is for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. Can I say something about potential, Maurice?
Go right ahead, Sharita.
I know, you know how a lot of times we can get in relationships and such. And this is specifically a man and woman relationship. And sometimes it'll break off because the woman's like, he has so much potential. I just see him doing this. I can see him that he's able to do that. Don't always shut that down, because sometimes you know how people can see something in you that you probably can't see in yourself. And when you start developing these relationships with people, sometimes it's like they can see something in you, or even a family member. I can see something in you maybe you don't see in yourself. So black men, I want to encourage you. If you've ever heard that before, if a woman said, oh, I think you'd be great at this, explore it, seek it, because maybe she's opening your eyes to a door that can be awesome for you. You know, seek that potential. We all have it. And like I said, sometimes it's just blurry and maybe we can't see it through our own eyes, but someone on the outside looking into you, black man, can see something and see that greatness in you. Explore it. Or even ask her, what is it that you see in me? Don't be afraid to ask those questions. When you're going through, ask questions. Don't be afraid, black man. You know, if the people in your circle don't have the answer, then go outside the circle sometimes, you know, but seek your potential. I want to tell you that. Seek it.
This has been amazing discussion. It just is, my heart is overwhelmed, and my heart has been really, really warm by, you know, everything that you guys have said, every statement that you ladies have said. I was texting Keisha earlier today, and I told her I was having a trying week, because I really have been having a really trying week, and she was like, "I got you tonight." And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just come in here and soak it all up, and I feel so encouraged by everything that you ladies said. And I really do appreciate it. And I know you guys all have things that you're doing in your various lives right now. So I want to give you guys the chance to talk about what it is that you guys are doing in your lives before we sign off. So I have Sharita, your name is first on the list, so I'm just going to start with you.
Oh, sure.
So Sharita, what is it that you're doing in your life, your little side hustles and things like that?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I do model as well. I speak, do public speaking. I dance, I sing, all things creative. Only thing I can't do is be a man, I say. And nor do I want to be. But I'm also partnering with a photographer, and we've created a team, and we do branding consulting. We do image. I'm actually the image consultant on the team. So we help people package their branding. You know, so if anybody's interested in that, please reach out. You see my Instagram, and it's Sharita_Ivory on IG. Facebook, just Sharita Ivory if you want to reach out. And thank you again, Maurice. Black man, we love you.
Love you too, Queen. You got a fan club, Sharita. You got a fan club in the comments, but you know.
Okay. Hi.
Kelly, you're next on the list. So Kelly.
Okay, so as we said earlier, well, currently I'm a mental health therapist. I work with children with autism, but I am pursuing acting, so you shall see me on the big screen.
Yeah.
Also, I bling, so if you ever get an opportunity to look at either Instagram or Facebook, you can follow Rhinestone Divas as I, bling out cups and masks and do all those great things. So. So I am Kelly Michelle. Follow me if you like.
Awesome.
And thank you, Reese, for this opportunity. Was an amazing experience, and I love you guys. I love Black men. Thank you.
We love you too, Queen. Keish, who's that coming from?
So I am doing catering, and I also do baking. Right now, I'm in the middle of moving, so both of those are on pause. But I have been doing some gift baskets. You can check those out on my Instagram. Quiche with the cake, with not WITH, but WIT_ the cake, or simply Nishay on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. And Keisha, my birthday is coming up, so I'll be contacting you very soon to do something, because I can't go outside and celebrate. So I need to have some kind of celebration for my 32nd birthday, which is August 10th, guys. And if you didn't see on Instagram, I had a photo shoot on on Saturday, and I'm going to be releasing those photos on my birthday for you guys to check out. So
awesome.
Yes.
And last but certainly not least, we go to my mama with who got
Yes.
700 things that I know she got going on.
Yes.
So I am an author. I am the author of the book Sunshine and Daniel: Seeking Grace in Lost Motherhood. It is a book. It's a Bible study. It's been described as a Bible study, memoir, and self-help guide for women who've lost children. But I would also like to say it's also for men who love a woman who's lost children. And you can read the book. I've had several men read the book and come to me and apologize. I've had several men come to me and say, I did not know. Because one of the things that we don't do is after we've lost a child, we don't talk to you, we will shut you out. And so one of the things I tried to do in the book is share some of my story as well as some of the things that were going on in my head and why I did some of the things I did. So again, it's Sunshine and Daniel: Seeking Grace in Lost Motherhood. You can find it at my website, which is www.misskimparis.com. And I also have a group called the Silent Women's Club that supports women who've lost children. We also support men who've lost children, although the focus is women who's lost children. So those are my main things right now. And I just want to say to you, Maurice, you know I love you. I am proud of you. I want to encourage you to do what you're doing and to be who God has called you to be. You are strong and you are a powerful father. And I love how you love your children and how you stand with them. Don't ever let anything keep you from being that father.
Amen.
See, I done made it the whole episode without tearing up.
You did good. You did good. It's okay now. It's okay now. You did great.
I done made it the whole episode without tearing up, and she gonna make me go out like that.
That's all right.
I love you. I just love you.
As always, I always tell everybody who's watching, man. I do this every other Wednesday, so next Wednesday I'll be announcing what the topic will be for the following week. If you have any suggestions, by all means, message me, DM me on Instagram. Sharita will tell you I'll respond pretty quickly on Instagram.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram at my brother _. Message me if you got my phone number. Text me if you friend me on Facebook. I'll confirm the request and message me, DM me. Just send me a topic if it's anything that you want to see us talk about on this. If you want to be a panelist, reach out to me. I'll find a subject that'll get you on. That's how Sharita got on here. She said, I saw it. I just figured I would shoot my shot. So I'll find a topic for you to come on. But I really, really, really appreciate you ladies for taking the time out of your lives to come on with me. It means a lot. I really love you guys. You warmed my heart. I think you warmed a lot of my viewers' hearts. And I'm sure that there's a lot of men who will be leaving this just feeling like they could take on the world just based off of what you guys said. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys for the viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram. I'll post some clips of this episode on Instagram so you can, if you couldn't watch the whole thing, and I'll post a link. I'll send a link to you ladies right away. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Later. Later.
And we are